Welcome to the Making Rooms podcast. I'm Eric, and these are my ruminations on designing, publishing, and finding community. In this episode, we're going to talk about wrapping up the Let's Go to Roomino Kickstarter campaign. Fulfillment is already underway, and you can see that my boards are clear, ready to start planning and prepping and imagining what could come next. But first, let's go to an explore room. You find yourself inside a sock drawer, shrunk down, surrounded by pairs of socks that have been rolled up in pairs. Off in the corner is a single odd sock, covered in stripes and polka dots and in silly colors. What do? You find its match, and as you're rolling them together, you notice that there's something inside the new one. You climb in, and you find a tie pin, a pet rock, and a balled up piece of lint. You take all three, and you climb back out of the sock, and now you find yourself somewhere new. I hope you've enjoyed this shrunk down Explore Room. It's one of the rooms that you can find inside of the new Explore Rooms Pocket Guide. It's a free download on my brand new website, explorerooms.com. If you want a free version of the Explore Room rules, a few examples and inspiration points, head over and download it now using a link in the description below. The tip for this episode comes from Andrew Beauman. He is a creator of Battle School, and he just successfully funded his new role-playing game Out of Orbit on Kickstarter this past February. Here's Andrew's advice. If it feels bad promoting your own stuff, talk about other people's stuff instead. Tell them what you love, promote them, show off how cool their work is. Then people will be interested in what you're doing. This is a rule of reciprocity. Especially for those of us creatives who find it hard to talk about ourselves or our own projects sometimes. It can be a great way to kind of still be out in public, still be kind of heard and seen and talking about other people. And you get a couple of things. One, you get people talking about your stuff in kind because you've done something nice for them. But also, people are curious. Who is this person who's so passionate or adamant about these projects in the indie game design space? And they'll look into what you're doing and give you space, and you will feel less like you are taking up space or less like you're intruding because you've spent a lot of your time and energy giving it to others. So thank you, Andrew, for that idea, that tip, that kind of way of working, and you do such a great job of it with you and DJ and your One Shots Tavern podcast and all the things you do over on Discord. So thank you for that. Now for the main topic. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who's participated on this journey. When I started this podcast, I asked you to join me. Just show up. Just be here if you're interested. And many of you did. And you interacted with my content, you watched it, you commented, you shared it with other people. And for that, I am so grateful. For those who came to the Kickstarter page, interacted, shared, looked through it, spent time on it at the critical time where it needed to kind of show Kickstarter that it was of interest to people and it had followers. Thank you for that. And for the 123 backers who invested in the campaign, I want to thank you for making a choice to support me in this when there are so many amazing projects to put our funds and resources and time and energy towards. I am so humbled, I'm so thankful, and I'm so excited to have kind of proof that there are people that want this game, want to experience this game, are willing to give it a shot. And I don't want to take any of that for granted, and so I want to talk a little bit about kind of wrapping up the campaign. The very first thing that I did when the campaign was closed on February 15th was send out a backer survey. And you do this for a couple reasons. One, obviously, it's a great way to say thank you, but it's important to know a couple of things. It can't be a really long survey. It can't be something where you're asking 15 questions. People don't have time for that. But the most important questions, I think, are certainly, one, how can I fulfill this for you? So if you've backed at a physical level, how do I get it to your physical address? But then it's, well, why did you back this campaign. And I got some really great answers. Now, still, there's some people who haven't answered their backer survey. Some of them are people I might know or I can guess why they backed it. But here's a quick breakdown of why people backed Let's Go to Roomino. 4 backed it for the setting and theme. Was something that I put down on the survey as an option, but I wasn't sure that so many people would back it for that alone. I'm glad and I'm very thankful to have a setting and a theme that does appeal not only to this broad audience, but to maybe very specific people who really want to play in this setting. 7 were most interested in the play anytime, anywhere kind of vibe of this game. Maybe they're very busy. Maybe they don't have a lot of time on their hand and they want to, or there are other designers who are interested in kind of finding a way to make it quick and when you can't get to the table. 9 wanted a simple role-playing game, something that they could easily get in and out of, or maybe they're learning to role-play for the first time. The next 2 were neck and neck. 12 people supported this because they're friends of mine, and 12 supported it because they wanted to support an indie game designer. And these are fantastic. These are just warm fuzzies. They make you feel good. You're so thankful. You may not be able to rely on them down the road. They may not be your customers, my customers down the road as they publish other things. But for this first project, for getting this off the ground, I am so thankful for every single one of them. And it was great to know that I had such a part of this that was supported by them. Last, and the thing I'm most proud of, is that 74 of the backers backed this because they wanted to share it with their kids. And that is the reason I created this product, this game, because I shared it with my kids and it created so many memories and bonds and great experiences for us that I wanted to share that with other parents and other families. And so I am so thankful that that primary reason that I created it is the primary thing that people are resonating with in buying it. And I think that's a good market research. That's good feedback as a designer to keep kind of going in that direction and creating something that signals that this is for families and kids. And I'm going to do just that. So that was a fantastic results. It was as good as I could hope for, having a smattering of all of those kind of values that I posted up. But then having the sharing with kids being the biggest one is really meaningful to me. As soon as the campaign ended, this backer survey went out, I went straight back to the manuscript and I said, what do I need to finish here so I can get it to editing? And I went through and I probably did another revision. I added a couple of things and I sent it over to my editor, Eric Lejour. But he was fantastic to work with. He was able to work within the timeline I had trying to get this book out. And as of this recording, the PDF has gone out to all backers and been fulfilled. But it took having a great editor to do that. Then, while I was waiting for that edit to come back, I'm working on layout. And I had the layout 90% done before going into the Kickstarter. It was fine. But after having 123 back this and not feeling a pressure, but feeling a desire to create something as good as I could, I probably put in another 10 hours or more of design, trying to just, I guess, make every inch of this book feel like it was, made with love, made with the passion that I have for this. But was able to get that layout mostly done when the first edit came in, because then I needed to put all of that text into the layout and send it back to him for a final edit. And there were some things I added. And one of the updates I posted to my Kickstarter was that there were new bonus content and an additional a creature. And so it was great to be able to add that. And the creature happened to be kind of a one-off joke that I had with my kids. We were sitting there talking and maybe running a room, and I had the idea, and I said, you know what? There's this one creature inside of Roomino called a Roomba, and it is a sheep-like creature that rolls around Roomino, collecting all the things that kids leave behind, their socks, maybe a toothbrush, all those sorts of things. And we got a good laugh out of it. And when I shared it with some friends, they also got a good laugh, because we all know that kids leave their stuff everywhere. But in Roomino, you don't have to worry. because the Roombas are going to clean up after you. Another kind of moment of escapism, which I really enjoy, but I hope you enjoy this creature too. So worked on finishing up the layout design, got that back to Eric Lejour, and he edited it. And I got the final, and I was able to kind of make the edits, work through any kind of final things, and get it ready for final review. Like I said, the PDF is now out to all the backers who backed at a reward level with a product. And regardless of physical or just digital only, everybody got a PDF. And I'm so excited to see what people think of it. I will say, once I had it done and I put it aside, there's a little hesitancy to send it out, even though I've looked over it a bunch of times. Once you put it out, it feels more permanent. And so that's a good thing. And I was relieved when I finally did it. But there's this little bit of you that's like, if I don't put it out, there's still time to make it better. So it is out in the world, and I hope all of you, if you are a recipient of it, that you enjoy it. So if you wanted to tell someone else about the book and have them go get a copy, the link is in the description below. Because I needed the PDF to go out this week, I also needed to make sure the website was ready and live. Not just to look good and have information up there, but I wanted the shop to be working so that people could buy the PDF once it was out and potentially pre-order the physical book so that later when the books arrive and are printed, that maybe there's a few more that I could send out to people. Now, I've been doing websites for a very long time, and primarily on the design, the information structure, the user experience, etc. But this meant a lot more integrations with other apps, things for sales tax, things for shipping, and that sort of stuff. So there's a few more technical things in there. And I wasn't necessarily prepared to become an expert on sales tax in my state or in the US. And I'm still learning, of course, but I had to learn pretty quick what I needed to set up and what I needed to do to make sure that I'm collecting what I need to collect. If you are looking for a copy of it, it is up on my website. You can order it through the shop and get it right away. I hope you go and check it out. With the PDF out and the website done, there's only a couple more things that I need to finish for the print run to get started. In particular, the ISBN number. Now, I could get that tomorrow and get that ready, get that out. I've got a few more things that I'm just trying to figure out and learn about that. And then I don't see any problem delivering in April as I promised. We're just going to go through March and learn a few more things about printing and make sure that we've crossed all of our T's and dotted our I's. Then we'll be celebrating the release and the publishing of this book and ready to tell more people about it. And in fact, next episode, we're going to be talking about what's next on my project roadmap. What ideas I have, what things I'm thinking about, some things I've maybe already started. This pocket guide was something that I created this month as the campaign was wrapping up and as I was preparing for the website, because I wanted something to have as a download on the website. Yeah, I'm excited to share more of that stuff with you. You're gonna have to wait till next episode for that. In the meantime, you can find me on TikTok, on Blue Sky. You can find, obviously, you're here on YouTube. Links are down in the description, and I'll see you in the next room.